to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. How's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing great. If you're watching the podcast, you can already tell that I have a different microphone this week. I have an all-new fucking microphone, dude. I got the Shure SM7B, which if you don't know, it's the podcast-ass podcast microphone. You've probably seen a lot of fucking podcasts that have this. I mean, depends. If you listen, you've never seen this in your life. But if you're a psychopath like me who is like, oh, I like audio podcasts, let me start watching them on YouTube, and that's how I'll consume most of them. If you're a fucking psychopath like me who can't listen to a podcast unless there's a visual component, then you probably don't know what this mic looks like. But if you do, if you are a psycho like that, you know exactly what I'm using right now. I'm using the fucking Joe Rogan microphone, dude. The JRE microphone, pretty much. This is pretty much the Jake Letizia experience at this point, dude. Okay? Get ready. Next thing you know, I'm going to be in an ice bath with my fucking nipples revved up, perky as hell, ready to cut through diamonds, dude. Next thing you know, on Instagram, I'm going to be like, let's see how long I can sit in this bath, and I'm going to sit in it so long that I'm going to carve up a turkey leg with my nipples. I'm going to take out a Thanksgiving roast in front of my father with my nipples alone. That's what I'm going to be doing, dude. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's nice to have this mic. I'm trying to learn the proper etiquette with it. I hope I'm not sounding too fucking loud. I mean, I'll compress this audio so hopefully it doesn't sound insanely loud. But I don't know. I've been constantly asking people on my Discord, do I sound good? Do I sound okay? They're like, yeah, you sound great. I'm like, am I loud? They're like, no, you're fine. And then I'm like, what about now? Motherfucking shit fuck. And they're like, that's pretty loud, dude. Yeah, you peaked pretty hard right there. And then I turn the gain down. They're like, now I can't hear you at all. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. I got to record a podcast in 2 fucking seconds. It's going to sound like shit. But no, dude, I'm sure it sounds fine. I'm sure we're having a good time. Joe Rogan mic, killing it. Dude, once I got this microphone, I was like, hell yeah. Now I'm good for like at least 7 months. I got this mic and I was like, all right, cool, man. Now I can't kill myself for at least 7 to 8 months. You know, you can't kill yourself right when you bought a cool thing. You can't, dude. Sometimes that's why you buy a cool thing, because you're like, all right, dude, I'm safe for a few weeks, and you know, and then I can think about it again. I got about, realistically, 3 to 7 months before I start thinking about it again, because every time I do the podcast, I'll be like, damn, this mic is good. This mic is tight, dude. This is the JRE mic. I can't quite slit my wrists yet. I can't do it. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you're depressed as shit. You want to fucking die. And then you get an Xbox Series S. And you're like, well, I got to see what's on Game Pass, you know? I can't fucking kill myself yet. I got to see if Guardians of the Galaxy is good. I can't. What other opportunity am I going to have to play this game? There's no way I'm going to buy it full price, but it just came on Game Pass? For sure I'll fucking play. Dude, how many lives has Game Pass saved? How many fucking depressed gamers have literally tied the knot for the noose, and then they were like, damn, dude, Avengers is free? I mean, I might meet some friends playing that shit. There was no way I'd pay full price for it, but now it's on Game Pass. You go into your Discord, yo, what's up, dudes? You see Avengers on Game Pass? Hell yeah, they already know. Yeah, dude, we saw. You want to play? Yeah, dude, I was about to kill myself, but now I'm going to chill with you guys. You hop in, Avengers is on Game Pass. Everyone collectively is like, dude, I know, right? You want to play? You're like, yeah. And then everyone's like, what were you guys about to do? Oh, we were all not on because we were all going to kill ourselves, but now we're not going to. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, Depressed Gang is out. Depressed Gang assemble, dude. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But that's tight. You know? Aliens, Colonial Marines. What's that alien game? Alien, not Isolation. Alien Annihilation. There was some Alien game that just came out recently, and I really did think about a friend of mine from back home, and I was like, bro, if I hope he's not depressed right now, but if he is, I hope he's looking at Game Pass. I hope if my friend from back home is not doing okay, I hope he's looking at Game Pass right now, and fucking the CEO, whatever his name is, Major Nelson, whoever the fuck the guy is for Xbox, he's saving my boy's life right now. Thank you, Major Nelson. Dude, you should be a fucking lieutenant for all I know. As far as I'm concerned, dude, you're the general of saving lives. Nuts and bolts, dude. People cannot, dude, is Nuts and Bolts. I think Nuts and Bolts is on Game Pass. Bro, you saved some lives, dude. You saved some lives because so many people wanted to buy Nuts and Bolts or think it's fucking sick, but they're not allowed to own it because they'll get roasted for it. And they're like, dude, but this is the only game keeping me alive. And then Game Pass was like, it's okay, dude. Just download it discreetly. Download it discreetly and you'll be good, bro. And everyone's like, hell yeah, dude. Thank you. Thank you, dude. That should be an Xbox. I mean, I guess Game Pass is that. It's like, check it out, bro. That should be a thing. That would be funny. I mean, it would be good for discrete purchasing on Xbox. I guess you can't do that, right? Because then a lot of kids will just buy M-rated games and their parents won't see it. And I mean, the parents already don't see it. Dude, it's a whole new world, bro. It's a whole new world that I never got to be a part of. I had to fucking physically go into a store and buy a game. I remember the first time I bought a game, it was an M-rated game. I was so fucking excited. It was Red Dead Redemption 1. I went at midnight. I went up to the guy. I said, can I get this? He goes, give me your ID. I gave him my ID. He said, sure, dude. I was 18 years old, dude. And I fucking bought Red Dead, and I didn't go to school for 2 days, and I beat it in fucking 48 hours. And that's a great memory and a great moment, and I feel bad that kids do not get to experience that moment. Because before they're of legal age, they're just buying Red Dead 2 with their parents' credit card, and by the time they're 70 hours in, their parents are like, what the fuck did you buy? Think about it, dude. They don't see the bill for a fucking month. I guess you could check your balance, but who's doing that? What kind of psychopath is checking their balance every week? Not me, dude. I check it every 2 months and go, damn, where did it go, bro? How did I spend that much money, dude? I'm fucked. I'm sure there are lots of parents who are just slaving away working and their kid is buying every M-rated game known to man, and by the time the parent knows, they're like, it's too late. The damage is done. Okay? Keep playing hatred, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's funny. Yeah. Sorry, someone texted me, dude. Very unprofessional. Answering a text during the pod. It is what it is, though. It is what it is, bro. It was an important text. Okay? Was it? Kind of. I texted my roommate, yo, you gonna be I'm about to do the pod. You gonna be home? And then he texted me just now, like, no, like 8:30 I'll be there. I'm like, all right, tight. It's important for me to be more relaxed on this pod, bro. If I know someone else is in the apartment, I'll start being like, can he hear me, dude? Do you know what I'm saying? Anytime you're on the phone with somebody and you're trying to have a personal conversation and then somebody's in the other room, you're like, are you listening to this right now? New York City apartments are not good for personal conversations. Everybody hears your business at all times. For all I know, there's somebody with a fucking a glass cup to the wall right now listening to everything I'm saying. Or just somebody minding their own business going, I can't believe that fuckface is doing his podcast again. Nobody gives a shit. Turn it off. But that's an aggressive move, so instead they're just listening to me angrily alone, and I'll never know. That's New York City. New York City is hearing people say shit that you go, no one cares about what that guy's saying, but he's saying it aggressively and emphatically, and I'm not going to do much about it. But anyway, what was it talking about? Discrete purchasing. They should have that. but they don't need it. I was gonna say they should have that for video games, but they don't really need it. How would it work? I guess if you wanted to buy, what is that fucking game called? What's that game? Lascivious Larry or some shit like that? You're in a relationship and you want to buy some weird porn game? I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. What is that name? Leisure Suit Larry? Dude, there you go. If you're fucking leisure, but they don't make games like that anymore. It's so interesting how like horny and sexual video games and movies were, and now they're way less so, and I think it's because porn just exists. I've talked about this before. There's so much porn in the world that the collective unconscious was like, yeah, we don't really need fucking and other things anymore. Do we really need the main characters to fuck in every movie? Not really, dude. They could just be friends because people are already watching. People's eyes are already bleeding from the amount of porn they're watching every day. So let's give them a break. Other media is like, let's give people a break from porn, okay? They literally just left the house from watching it all day. They don't need to go to the Batman and then see people fuck again. And they're going to be like, God damn it, now I got to watch more porn when I get home. You know, that's some people's lives. Not everyone's. Dude, speaking of porn, I have these charges on my account. It's funny what you buy when you get your own account. I must have gotten my own fucking bank account years ago. Literal years ago. And, you know, I was a young man, and you would expect a young man who's looked at porn all of his life to one of the first purchases he would make when he finally has his own bank account that no parent is looking in on. His first purchase will probably be some kind of pornography, right? So, apparently, I very stereotypically did that. I purchased some sort of a porn subscription, and I forgot that I had it. And I forgot until recently, or I didn't forget until recently. Every month, I would get, or every time I checked my balance, there would be a fucking purchase for a website. And I would be like, what is this? And then I would go, I went to like other porn sites that I had subscribed to, and I was like, I canceled all this shit, right? I canceled all this shit. When I first got my bank account, I subscribed to a couple sites, then immediately canceled all of it because, you know, I just wanted to get it out of my system. I just wanted to be able to buy something. Dude, I'm trying to support sex work, dude. I don't want fucking free shit, bro. I want to put money in the pockets of the talented workers out there, dude. Labor isn't free, dude. Labor should be paid. All right? I pay a ticket to see the Batman. You better bet your ass I'm gonna pay some money to see the Batman porn parody, bro. You better bet your fucking ass. I'm not gonna be stingy on people who are really fucking... Dude, Robert Pattinson, I don't even know how many stunts he's doing himself. These porn stars, they're doing all of it themselves, dude. They don't have stunt doubles. Okay? You gotta fucking support hard work. Anyway, there was a charge that I kept getting. And I thought I had canceled whatever the fuck I purchased whenever the fuck I did. But there's one site that kept persisting. And then one day I saw it a couple weeks ago, or this week. I saw it and I was like, what the fuck is this for? $34. What the fuck is this? So I call up the site. It was some site called Epoch. And it was like a billing service that helps online discrete transactions. Because every porn site... It's weird because porn sites understand so much so that like 15-year-old to 18-year-old kids are buying porn on their parents' credit cards. They're so aware of that they're like, oh, let's make it discreet so that the parents don't know, so that the kid could be like, oh, it's actually for lacrosse gear or whatever the fuck. Oh, it's actually for Game Pass, dude. Yeah. No, I know that you would think it'd be Microsoft, but they actually do Game Pass through Epoch. Yeah. Because, you know, they don't want people to get the wrong idea. Whatever the fuck you say to your parents. That must be why, right? Are there really that many just like shameful dudes in relationships? Is that what it is? Is it married men? I guess it's married men and kids stealing from married men. I guess that's what it is. Or kids stealing from their married parents. It's married men and kids stealing from their married parents. It's embarrassed dads and not wanting to get in trouble kids who need dating sites to be discreet billing. A single dude, who cares? Is that still happening? Are people still ashamed of porn? Are people still ashamed of looking at it? Dude, I remember my first ever girlfriend, I could not admit to her that I looked at porn. But that was years ago, dude. That was like 20 fucking years ago. No, that was 11 years ago. Or 9 years ago. I was 17. So that was 9 years ago. I've evolved as a person. Now somebody's like, you subscribe to a porn site? I go, of course, dude. What? Why wouldn't I, bro? You think I'm out here getting free shit, dude? Sometimes I'm doing that, but sometimes I feel guilty, dude. I'm like, bro, this person worked on this thing? Right? I'll give money to a Patreon. You know? People got an OnlyFans. I want to support. No, but currently, anyway, so I call this site because I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? Also, I'm getting annoyed because I'm probably the only motherfucker who's like, I wish it wasn't discreet because then I would just know the fucking site and cancel it. But the fact that it's discreet, and then I started thinking about that, I was like, oh, is this discreet shit also a way for you to never know what you're actually buying? Because also these merchants will they'll be in charge of transactions for multiple sites. So then if you subscribe to a site, if you subscribe to 2 sites and then you cancel one, then you're like, wait, what the fuck? Why do I still have this charge? Because you forgot about the other site, but it's the same fucking paying service. Anyway, none of this matters. I call up the site and I go, hey, I got a charge on my account. I don't know what it's for. And it's a woman on the phone, and she goes, oh, yeah, no, well, we handle a lot of transactions for a lot of different places, so if you give me the last 4 digits of your card and your name, then I'll be able to get it for you. I go, okay, so I give it to her, and then she goes, oh, this is, apparently you subscribe to an adult membership. So she went from like courteous, like, hey, oh, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day, to, ooh, I'm uncomfortable with you on the phone with me right now. But also I was like, why? It's 2022, bro. It's not that uncomfortable, bro. People look at porn. People buy porn. Is this really that fucking weird, bro? I can tell you my age if you want, make this less weird. I'm 28, dude. I'm not 47. It's fine. Even if you're 47, it's not weird, bro. You can, come on. Her shift in tone really fucking made me feel bad, and I didn't like it. Also, you work for the company. Like, you work for this place. I'm not the first fucking person canceling a subscription for a porn site on your watch, dude. What, do you get bummed out by every single dude or lady who calls in? Anyway, I'm like, oh, okay, well, like, do you know what site it's for? Because I'm thinking that I gotta cancel it. I'm thinking that I gotta like search this site out and cancel it myself. And she goes, it's for bang.com. And she says it's so fucking mad at me. It's for bang.com. She says it like, I can't believe you made me have to say that sentence at work today. I can't believe you had to make you made it so that in my life I have a story where a guy calls me up and then I inform him that he subscribed to bang.com. How dare you put that stain on my existence? That's the kind of energy she was hitting me with. And I was both annoyed, but also I was like, I understood that, like, that's probably the worst. I mean, I felt embarrassed for subscribing to such an on-the-nose porn site. Bang.com, dude. The only thing that would have been worse if it was called, like, this is definitely porn.com. Absolutely, you're about to watch fucking.net. So bang.com, and I go, oh. And also, the worst part is I have no recollection of ever subscribing to this fucking service. And so she goes, oh, it's like, you made it in 2021. I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, actually, you made it in 2020. And then I was like, what the fuck, dude? $34.95 a month since 2020. And then I start doing the math, and I'm feeling real fucking bad about it. I'm like, I threw $1,000 probably at this site just out of sheer laziness. I threw $1,000 at a porn site that I don't even remember looking at. And then I looked it up. I typed in bang.com, looked at the site, and went, I have no recollection of what this is at all. And I dumped $900 to $1,000 into something I don't even remember. And when all of that clicked in my brain, I was like, this is why millions of people look at free porn and porn companies are still doing well. Because all there needs to be are like hundreds of thousands of assholes like me wasting large amounts of money out of just not knowing what the fuck is going on. That's keeping them well afloat. Even with everybody being like, why? I'm just going to look at Pornhub. You probably should. No, it's fine to, if you know, it's fine. People need to get paid, dude. I think it's good to pay for anything. It's good to pay for any service that you use in your life. Okay? Sure, you can, sure you can look at free porn, but you could also rip any movie you want to see. If you really want to, you can rip any movie offline. But you don't do that because you're like, well, they worked on it. I'm going to go see it in a theater. It's going to be a good time. You know? I'm a fan of the arts. Anyway, so she says bang.com, and I go, oh, do I have to like look it up or? And she's like, no, I can cancel it right now. I can cancel it here. I was like, oh yeah, could you do that? She goes, yeah. 1 second. I'm dead to her. I'm completely dead to her. She cancels it. And she goes, all right, it's canceled. I go, okay, thank you. She goes, yeah, you have a good one. And hangs up. And I'm like, damn, dude. Devastated. Damn, dude. I feel fucking bad right now. I feel terrible right now. But also, that can't be the first. Is that the first? Maybe she was new. I feel like maybe she was new to the job. She had just gotten it, and she had never uttered the name bang.com before. And now that she did, she was questioning her whole fucking life. She was like, damn, is this really my job? Is this really what I'm doing? Do I really want to be here right now? And I'm sure not everyone has that experience. I'm sure some people see that and laugh and go, damn, dude, this is a fucking weird, funny job. That'd be my reaction, dude. I once became a clown at a clown company because my friend told me that he worked at a clown company and he told me that his boss's name was Hitler. No, his boss's name was Adolf, but he went by George. And then he also told me that the guy put somebody had to like, one of the rabbits was like all fucked up. So they had to like kill it. And so they gave it rat poisoning. And it died. And then a bunch of the other rabbits started eating it. And I was like, that sounds fucking so fucked up and awful. Maybe I can do that job for a month. I was like, that sounds crazy and wild. Maybe I should go undercover and do that job for like 1 to 2 months. I'm sure interesting things will happen that I can talk about later. This was way before the podcast. So I was like, I'm sure that'll be useful to talk about one day. I'm going to work there. But a sane person is like, I just said bang.com. I got to go. I just said bang.com. I'm going to clean out my desk. I don't know. Is that sane? Maybe it's not. It's a false equivalency. A person who hears about that rabbit story and works at a place is much more out of his fucking mind than somebody who hears bang.com and leaves it. I mean, you say bang.com. I mean, it's a site, bro. It's fine, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Pornography, bro. People look at it, I guess. Anyway, speaking of porn, did you guys watch the Oscars? It's not porn at all, bro. Speaking of the arts, dude. Speaking of the visual arts. Have you guys watched the Oscars? Because I missed it. What happened? Did anything happen? Did anything of note take place? Because I totally missed it. I spaced out. I didn't watch it at all. Did anything go down? Anything eventful? No, right? It's probably just a boring show as always. Probably just like a fucking mundane, stupid. Here's your thing. Hey, fucking, we gotta fix the planet. I'm not gonna do it, but you guys gotta. The viewer at home. I got a lot of money. I could probably change a lot. I'm not gonna do much. But you guys at home, stop using fucking water bottles, you fucks. It's probably just that, right? Probably just that. Did Will Smith win? Will Smith probably won. He probably was like, oh, I'm so King Richard, dude. I killed it. Thank God. I finally got it. I should have gotten it for Pursuit of Happiness, but, all good things come around. That's probably it, right? Nothing crazy or controversial could have possibly happened at the Oscars. No, dude. That's a tame, boring show. There's no way, dude. There's no way someone said maybe Chris Rock. There's no way somebody like, I don't know, Chris Rock was doing. There's no way that somebody like that, a comedian like that, was just like presenting a random award, let's say documentary. There's no way he was just like presenting a random award like that and then made like a kind of offhanded out of nowhere. Okay, pretty funny joke about Jada Pinkett Smith where she got mad and rolled her eyes and then Will Smith laughed, but then he saw Jada rolled her eyes and then he shifted his disposition entirely and then walked up to Chris Rock and slapped him in the face and then screamed, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," real psychotically and aggressive. There's no way that could have happened. He definitely wouldn't do that twice, too. He wouldn't say, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and then when Chris Rock goes, "Seriously?" him go, "Yes, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." There's no way that could have happened. There's no way that happened. Right? There's no way that could have happened, and now for 2 days straight, people won't shut the fuck up about it. What a weird Oscars, huh? I'll talk about it in a sec. That's the end of the timer for the first part. See you guys in the second part. What's up? I'm back. So yeah, the Oscars, dude. So you all know what happened. I mean, no, there's nobody fucking who doesn't know what happened. Apparently, this is all we can talk about. This is what happened. Will Smith. I just said it in jest, as if it didn't happen, but it did. Will Smith. You all know. You've all seen the video. There's like no point in even recapping what happened. And also, it's at the point now where like everyone has said their piece about it. Everyone said their opinion about it. There's nothing that I can say that's going to be different. Everyone has weighed in on this thing that doesn't matter at all. Everyone's commenting on this thing that at the end of the day is about two people who do not give a fuck about you at all. And also, I bet you those two people, I bet you Will Smith and Chris Rock care less about what happened than any other person who's decided to talk about it for fucking 3 days straight. Like, I don't know. It's weird. We live in a weird time. This thing has really made me think of the Janet Jackson moment. If you're too fucking young to know what that is, during the Super Bowls in the early 2000s, I think, or the late 2000s, one of the 2000s, when the internet was not that fucking ripe, when the internet was not, everyone's got what we now call hot takes, but are just called opinions. We nowadays we say hot take, but that really back during this time when Janet Jackson's boob popped out, we just called them dumb opinions, you know? But you got different names and different definitions, you know. You got different names for every generation. And hot takes nowadays used to be called dumb fucking opinions that no one really gives a shit about. Dumb fucking I don't care at all opinions that people read and laugh at and go, yo, that guy's dumb. But now we call them hot takes. If you don't remember this, there was a Super Bowl and a bunch of people performed during it, and there was a number at the end where it was Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson dancing around, and it was like during the height of MTV, and it was super sexual and crazy and edgy and wild. Like even up to that point, it was like very scandalous and sexy. And I remember watching it in the room of my parents' halftime show. And even before the moment happened, the moment that fucking shocked the universe, even before that happened, my parents were kind of like, I don't want to be watching this with my kids. Now, it's a risk because they knew that kids watching were like, this is tight as fuck. And they were, and I was watching it being like, this is fucking cool, dude. This is wild. This is crazy. This is fucking, this is older than me. You know what I'm saying? You know when you're seeing something older than you when you're a kid? That's what it was. And so I was I was tantalized by it. I was fucking drawn in. And right as I was drawn completely in, and my parents were on either side of me being like, I don't know about this. It's very inappropriate. I don't know. This is very sexual dancing. Right at the peak of that, the music number stops, and fucking Justin Timberlake reaches around. Janet Jackson's standing in front of Justin Timberlake. Fucking some shit shoots off. The lights go crazy. They stop. Dead in their tracks. Justin Timberlake standing behind Janet Jackson facing the camera, and fucking Justin Timberlake reaches around, grabs this because she was wearing like these two fucking like chest pieces on her boobs, and he grabs the right one or the left one, whichever one. He grabs one of the chest pieces and rips it off. And right before it cuts to black, right before the fucking show is over, perfectly timed, you see Janet Jackson's boob. You see it fully, dude. And I think people have looked back, and she actually wore, I think she wore a pasty over her nipple. Whatever, dude. But no one, and that ripped off, and then no one knew what the fuck happened. No one knew. My mom and dad were like, I think my mom was like, we just saw her boob. And my dad was like, no, we didn't. And I was like, I don't think we did. Did we really? Is that what we just saw? Did we really see her boob? And it was no one knew what the fuck was going on. It was like the end of Sopranos where people thought their TV was broken. It was like the end of Sopranos where people thought their TV was broken. And it was also lined up perfectly at the end of the halftime show where literally for like the rest of and there was no internet. I think the internet existed, but it was not what it was today. There was no looking up online for the immediate article that was like, yes, what you saw is what happened. There was no confirming on Twitter if someone's boob actually fucking just got shown on TV. There was just you and your already angry parents figuring the shit out. And so I don't think we knew till the next day, till the news talked about it in the morning. Or talked about it that night, maybe, that it was indeed her fucking boob that we saw, and it was planned. At first, they acted like it wasn't planned. They acted like that wasn't what they were going to do, but clearly that's what they were going to do. I mean, if she had a pasty on, and the world got real shitty because the world, especially during that time, very aggressive towards the ladies, so people blamed Janet Jackson a lot, even though Justin Timberlake is the one who ripped it off. Like, they were part of the same fucking wild moment that they created together. And that's different because it happened and then the halftime show was over. But this moment happened and then about a half hour of the Oscars was left. And this moment happened. Will Smith got up, slapped Chris Rock. There was no mistaking what happened. There was only questioning if it was real or not. There wasn't like, did he actually just slap him? There was only you questioning of like, was that slap real? Because it sure sounded real. And then as soon as he sat back down and said, get my wife's name out your fucking mouth, as soon as he said that, and you saw Lupita Nyong'o behind him go wide-eyed, the first one, she like laughed and then like went a little bit wide-eyed and was like, you could see on her face, her face during that moment, it was the face of America. She represented America's fucking face in that moment. Fuck America. She represented the world's face in that moment. Lupita represented all of the world's emotion in that moment, because she clearly on her face, she was like, is this real? Then he said, get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And then she kind of looks a little shocked, but she kind of laughs like, oh, this might still be a joke. But he did say the F word. And then Chris Rock goes, seriously? Seriously, dude? And then he goes, yes. And then you're like, what? And then he goes, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And he says it so angry and so obviously real that you see Lupita Nyong'o go wide-eyed and then go straight-faced. She goes, and her mouth opens a little bit. She goes, and goes completely straight-faced and just sits still like, I please let this just be over. She sits still like, please let me not be near this and let this not be, I don't want to, what just fucking happened? She had the face of like, what just happened? What am I a part of? What's going to happen next? And that's exactly what the rest of us thought. I wasn't even watching at the time. I was on Discord, and a friend of mine who always makes shit up goes, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock, and we all went, yeah, fucking right. And then I looked it up, and it was real, and then I immediately went, hey, how the fuck do I log into my Xfinity account? And I logged in, and I immediately was watching the Oscars live and going, is he gonna win? That's the thing on everyone's mind. Is he going to fucking win the Oscar? Is Will Smith about to win the Oscar after slapping a man in the face? Because also you're watching and it's too late. You're watching. Next thing you know, Questlove gets on stage. Doesn't even know what just happened. He's just getting on stage for a winning documentary. Because again, also Chris Rock doesn't stop the show. Chris Rock is a consummate professional. Chris Rock gets smacked in the face, barely is fucking affected by it. Goes, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke. And then he just screams, get my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And then he goes, I will. I'm going to. No, he goes, I'm going to. And then he just goes, wow. Greatest night in the history of television. Which was a little bit of levity. The people in the room laughed. Is a funny thing to say in the moment. Then he's a little frazzled. He's like, we're giving out the documentary. We're giving out an Oscar to the best documentary. Let's just show the nominees. And honestly, I think Chris Rock... No, I don't think. I know. Chris Rock... The way Chris Rock handled it kind of saved Will Smith's night. Because if Chris Rock started freaking out, or Chris Rock was like, this is outrageous. Like, what the fuck is... You guys are going to just let him smack me? Like, if Chris Rock did anything but what he did, Will Smith might have been ejected, and they would have been discussing whether or not to give him the Oscar right now. But Chris Rock just went, dude. First of all, he said, dude. If you get slapped in the face during the Oscars, and then the first word... And then you say, "Wow, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me." And then when he screams at you, your first rebuttal, your first fucking moment to decompress the situation, the first word out of your mouth is, "Dude, you're an everyman, dude. You're a legend. You're an everyman. You're awesome. We love you." Dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke. I've never gotten a tattoo. I've had no desire to get a tattoo. I could get that tattooed on my back. Dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke. How much of us have lived that moment? Dude, someone's freaking the fuck out over a minor joke, and you're just like, dude, what are you doing? And then I said in the moment, I was like, there's no way Chris Rock knows she has alopecia. And because I didn't know. And then a bunch of people were like, oh, he doesn't know. He's doing the award show. He doesn't know. He fucking knows. He knows Jada and Will well enough. Jada's been talking about alopecia a ton. He doesn't know that. No, dude. He's not fucking he's not watching Red Table Talk. Who is watching Red Table Talk? We all watched the one where Will Smith and her talked about their open relationship and we felt bummed out for Will. Not because they're in an open relationship, but because Jada seems like she fucking runs the show in a way that's toxic as hell. Because she wouldn't fully say what happened. She was like, an entanglement. She kept saying entanglement. And Will's like, yeah, what do you mean entanglement? You were in a relationship with this dude. If we're going to be in an open relationship, why are you fucking talking circles around it? We all watched that one, but other than that, we didn't, bro. A lot of us skipped the alopecia one. We did. A lot of... In fact, before this happened... I thought Willow shaved her head and then Jada got jealous, so she shaved her head too. That's what I thought happened. That's what I thought happened. Because it's a very conceited Hollywood family. I don't know them personally, but I've seen Red Table Talk once or twice, and it's very fucking weird. It's weird enough where I was like, that might have been the case. But then I found out she's got alopecia. Which also, I don't know. Listen, dude. The dude from Barry, who's fucking amazing, great actor. One of my favorite actors of all time. One of the funniest fucking people. Honestly, he might be the funniest person on TV right now. No, he is. He's the funniest dude on TV right now. That dude's got alopecia. He doesn't have fucking eyebrows. Like, he doesn't grow hair anywhere, okay? If Jada Pinkett Smith said to him, I got alopecia, I don't think he'd say, like, right on, dude, we share that struggle. I think he'd look at her and be like, okay. And I don't want to speak for him, but all I'm saying is there's peach fuzz on Jada's head. It's easy to think that she just made a bold hair decision. And honestly, a bold hair decision for a fucking 50-year-old Chris Rock, not for fucking anybody else in 2022. Also, I was like, that sounds like an off... Well, I didn't say this, but I thought, it seemed like an off-the-cuff joke. And then I found out it was off the cuff. Apparently. Now, people could say that he just is saying this to diffuse the situation, to get him off the hook. But he doesn't need to get himself off the hook because it's not that fucking crazy of a joke. It clearly was a buzz cut joke. He was probably looking at her and thinking about, like, oh shit, there was that fucking movie with Demi Moore called G.I. Jane. Oh, dude, she looks like she's about to be ready for G.I. Jane 2. And literally he just thought that in his head and was like, why not say this? It's not that bad at all. It's kind of funny and light. Let me throw that out there. Also, people are like, what an outdated reference. Not for that room, dude. Meryl Streep is there almost every fucking second of the year. Meryl Streep, as far as I'm concerned, lives in that fucking auditorium. Okay? She definitely knows what G.I. Jane is, bro. They just had fucking Francis Ford Coppola and the fucking Italian boys on stage for The Godfather. They know G.I. Jane too, bro. And if they don't, it's because they're too fucking old. And if they're there and they're too fucking old, that means there's a large demo of people in that room that got the joke. He might not have been playing to the audiences at home, but he was, because also what? My fucking dad probably knows what G.I. Jane 2 is. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it wasn't that crazy. It was an outdated reference for, for youngins, I guess. For me. I don't know what that fucking movie was. Also, I didn't need to know what that movie was. He said G.I. Jane 2. I understood that there was probably a movie called G.I. Jane where somebody had a buzz cut. It was one of those jokes where you got it without even knowing what the fuck it was about. But also the key thing is, she rolled her eyes and Will laughed. And then it cuts to Chris Rock, and then next thing you know, Will Smith is getting up and slapping him in the face. And I think Will had a weird... Now, everyone's already talked about this. It's already been said. But I think Will has a weird thing where he felt like he needed to defend... He just felt embarrassed, dude. I think he just has been feeling embarrassed and strange. Dude, he's a Scientologist, bro. He's a Scientologist trapped in a relationship that doesn't seem to be going that well. That seems to be very strange. Earlier in that show, they made a joke about him going up on stage to be a part of like a bachelor thing, like making fun of their open relationship, and fucking Jada was laughing her ass off, dude. So what? Because the joke's on him, she's gonna laugh? Dude, if Chris Rock came out and was like, yo, Will Smith's a dumb fuck. Yo, you're so fucking stupid. You were actually bad in King Richard. Jada would have been like, oh shit, dude. He did fucking suck. I didn't even fucking like the movie. 100%, dude. 100%. If Chris Rock said like, yo, Will Smith actually stinks, she would have been like, oh, you do. She fucking did that too. She pointed at the host when that happened. She pointed like, yo, you hit the nail on the head making fun of Will. But then when it's the G.I. Jane joke, she rolled her eyes so hard it made a grown man smack another grown man. But that's how I feel about it. I think Will Smith should not have smacked him. I think that Chris Rock said a pretty tame joke. Dude, people are out here acting like alopecia is cancer, bro. It's balding, dude. Also, people are like, let this be a time to educate yourself on alopecia. I looked it up, bro. All balding is alopecia. All balding is different forms of alopecia. And like I said, bro, she's got her eyebrows. She's got the peach fuzz. She's doing pretty good alopecia-wise, dude. That stinks that she's losing her hair. I feel bad for anyone losing their hair. Okay, mine's thinning a little bit. It's not the best, but at the same time, bro, come on. It was light work, bro. It was light work. Anyway, but then he gets the fucking award and he starts talking about God, how he's a vessel of love. I'm just trying to be a vessel of love. That's why I slapped the shit out of fucking Chris Rock. To show him that I love him. Dude, all I was thinking was like, damn, is Mel Gibson watching this right now being like, I could have slapped Ricky Gervais? I could have fucking slapped Ricky Gervais? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? When he asked me what sugar tits meant, I could have fucking decked him, dude? What the fuck? I could have decked him and still maybe got best director for fucking Hacksaw Ridge? What the hell are you talking about? No, that would have been a different scenario. If Mel Gibson slapped Ricky Gervais, it would have been a whole different fucking thing. First of all, Ricky Gervais would not have handled it gracefully. Ricky Gervais would be like, what is that for? What is that for? Why would you do that? You're going to hit me? It was a word. I said words to you. That's physical assault. You assaulted me. You did. You assaulted me. You did. How dare you do something like that? How dare you? And then also they would eject Mel Gibson immediately. A man would have tackled Mel Gibson immediately because the audience would be like, bro, we already aren't sure about you being here. You can't fucking assault somebody. But Will Smith is a chill guy. Will Smith is a bit weird, but we love him, dude. He's a Scientologist. That's fucking weird. Him and Jada built a school where they teach people to punch people in the head. No. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to the school, but another take I saw, or another thing I saw, another opinion, another new bit of information I saw was that apparently that in Scientology there's like a thing called physical discipline and verbal discipline or something like that, where you like you either berate somebody or yell at somebody for them to learn and grow. And there's one where you like open hand hit somebody for them to be reprimanded and grow. So right there we understand. I didn't know that information, but it really explains why fucking Tom Cruise yelled about COVID on that set like a year ago, and why Will Smith smacked fucking Chris Rock. I really do think he was like, maybe a part of him went Scientology brain and was like, dude, I'm gonna teach him respect, dude. He'll understand this and he'll change. The only way I know how to change somebody is by smacking them in the face. Words hurt. Slaps do not. Also, people saying that, I don't know. People are fucking weird, dude. There's no defending Will Smith. You can say that the joke was offensive, or it was a weird joke, or you didn't like the joke, or Chris Rock's an asshole for saying the joke, but there's no defending Will Smith. Sure, you may not have liked the joke may have been mean in your opinion, but he's allowed to say it. He's on stage. You are allowed to say that. Free speech is a thing. freely hitting people is not. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that Chris Rock could have died, because that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Will Smith could have killed Chris Rock. I don't know what the fuck is going on when you're tweeting that. If you're tweeting out you could have killed Chris Rock, and if that's your reaction to Chris Rock getting slapped, and the dude who got slapped, Chris Rock, his reaction is, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke, you need to calm the fuck down. You need to calm way the fuck down. Also, people were saying it was the most disgusting moment in Oscars history. Bro. And then people were thankfully tweeting around that moment Marlon Brando was ascended to GOATed status, when Marlon Brando won the Best Acting Award for a movie, and then he had a Native American woman come out in his stead and fucking talk about how she wishes her culture wasn't degraded in cinema anymore, and she got fucking booed. And then Clint Eastwood came out and fucking roasted her. That was a disgusting moment. It was a badass moment. It was a fucking goated moment on Marlon Brando's part and this Native American woman's part. But it was, it was a evil, shitty moment in Oscars history for this woman to get booed. I've talked about this moment before on here. But I don't think that. I don't think that it was the most disgusting Oscars moment. I don't think that, he could have killed Chris Rock. I think that he shouldn't have slapped him. I think that maybe they should have, done something about it. I think the only reason they didn't is because Chris Rock handled it the way he did. If he handled it any other way, they would have done something. But Chris Rock is a professional. And in his brain, he's thinking what I was thinking about that fucking job with the rats. He was thinking the same thing. He was thinking, holy shit, my tour is going to sell the fuck out. He was thinking, holy shit, this is a story that's going to be great on stage. The same way I was like, damn, dude, that's a place where my boss will be named Adolf, and rats, and the way they get rid of a rat is them eating each other. Damn, dude, that's going to be a crazy story to tell. It's the same feeling in your gut of like, this is going to be entertainment eventually. And he's right. He knows exactly what he's doing. He hasn't commented on it at all, and his tickets have gone from $46 to $343 because that many people are fucking buying them. Because people are on the edge of their seat being like, what the fuck does Chris Rock have to say about this? I'm sure it's funny. I want to see it. And Chris Rock knows what the fuck to do. He's a goddamn professional, as we saw him that night. Not only is he a consummate professional in eating that slap and calming Will Smith down enough to carry on the show, but he's a professional enough to be like, I'm not even going to comment on it because that's going to be more money in my pocket because I'm a guy who tells his opinion through joke form for a living. I'm a dude who talks shit for a living, and I'm going to make bank off of it. You might slap me in the face right now, and that might maybe memed out and live with me forever, but I'm going to make some money off of it. He's a fucking smart dude. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I guess what I'm trying to get to the heart of here is that I don't understand. I think I miss that moment. I miss the Janet Jackson moment. I miss not having the internet. I miss the world reacting appropriately to a wild thing, or at least the general public reacting appropriately to a wild thing. And that's people just going, damn, dude, that was wild. That was wild. That was a weird, wild thing that just happened. But Taco Bell has nacho fries, and honestly, I'm hungry. Do you know what I'm saying? That was wow, dude. That was a wild, insane thing. But nacho fries are back at Taco Bell, and I gotta buy 2 of those because I'm hungry as shit. That is... Taco Bell changing their menu is more important to me than this moment will ever be. And also, people gotta understand that Twitter is the bar, bro. Twitter is high school. Twitter is a bunch of fucking people talking shit, saying their opinion. Their opinions don't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter because you read it. You wrote it on a fucking... You wrote it and sent it out into the fucking ether. Just because your thought is on a server somewhere doesn't make it valuable. I'm going to talk a little longer. I'll see you guys in a second. What's up? I'm back. So, yeah. It doesn't matter, is my point. People's opinions... People take Twitter so fucking seriously. A good example is... One person who reacted to this event is Zoe Kravitz, right? And she literally, she posted an Instagram photo and said, this is the dress I wore at the Oscars where apparently we're assaulting people on stage now. And then she said, and then she posted another photo of a different dress. She's like, this is the Oscars dress I wore at an after party. This is a dress I wore for the Oscars after party where apparently we're screaming obscenities now or something like that. I forget what the second one said specifically, but it was very much like you would say that to a friend. Like, check out my dress. This is when I went to the Oscars last night, I wore this dress where apparently we're assaulting people now. And then you would, as her friend, go, ha, that's funny. Like, that's the level of which her throwing of shade was. That's the level of which, like, it was very minor. And next thing you know, a bunch of people are on Twitter saying that she's a pedophile, saying that she's ashamed of being black, saying that she's a piece of shit based on a couple of things in her past from when she was younger. People were calling her a pedophile because she said, and I could be wrong, this is what I read online. Because again, when things like this happen, I look it up. When people were talking about alopecia, I looked up alopecia. I'm not, you know, I do enjoy educating myself. But sorry for the sniffling, dude. I'm a little congested, dude. I'm a little sick. But or I don't know if I'm sick, but I'm definitely congested, dude. Maybe it's allergies, the changing of the seasons. Oh, that probably definitely is what it is. I'm like, why do I feel a little sick? It's the fucking change. It's because the weather was hot and now it's cold and it's going to be warm again. It's because the fucking world is fucking up my face. She said she was hanging out with Jaden Smith a bunch because I guess the Kravitz and the fucking Smiths are friends. You know, celebrity families probably hang out together. And she was saying, oh, she hangs out with Jaden a lot. In some interview, she's like, oh yeah, I've been hanging out with Jaden a lot. He's got such a great personality. He's so fun. And he's handsome too. And sometimes like I'm talking to him and I'm like, yeah, like when you get a little older, we should hang out. But then I'm like, oh, he's 14. I shouldn't be saying that. That's inappropriate. Essentially, that's what she said. I'm paraphrasing. Now, I don't think that's that. I think that's her making like her being funny. It's her saying a younger person is like a fun, nice guy, right? That's what she's saying. Okay. It might be a little bit creepy, but it's not. She's not a pedophile. People have no value for words, bro. Like it used to be that the people didn't have value for words because they'd be like. Louis got that bit about it. Genius. All it takes for you to be a genius is to like be like, oh, I brought another cup so that we could have another cup. This is his bit. And then someone's like, oh, dude, you're a genius. And that's manifested now with like pedophile and like racist and not like now people like, dude, like. You're calling her, dude, do you realize that people are out there fucking kids? Like, people are out there fucking children. You know what I'm saying? And she makes this offhanded remark when she's in an interview, when I think she was like in her early 20s, and now she's a pedophile for saying that, for alluding to the fact that for her saying that she likes Jaden enough where sometimes she's like, oh, when you get older maybe we'll date, and then she has to be like, oh, wait a second, that's inappropriate. She's a pedophile for admitting that a thought she had was inappropriate. What? How does that make her a pedophile, dude? And the answer is it doesn't. And the answer is the people who say that know it doesn't. And they're just attacking somebody because you can. Because it's fun, dude. Because people think it's fun. I think it's fucked, but people think it's fun. And I just feel like people need to be more aware of, like, it's just, before Twitter existed, people were doing the same thing in a bar, dude. People were just talking shit in a bar. Oh, fuck her, I hate her. Fuck him, I hate him. Oh, Will Smith should have been arrested. And then somebody else is like, no, he shouldn't have. Or somebody's like, oh, Will Smith had a right to hit him in the face. It was a bunch of people yapping, yelling about their opinions while they're drinking. And then you know what happened? Everyone went, anyway, I'll see you next week. And they went home, and that was it. That was it, dude. And that's how people deal with Twitter. People just do what they would have said. They scream what they would have said at a bar into the internet, where people have hours and hours of their day to fucking stew on it and read it and reread it and think that it's fucking bigger than it is. And I think we need to not do that. I think we need to not do that. I think we need to realize that hot takes are often dumb opinions, and we don't need to involve them in our life. Like, we don't need to, man. It's fine. Zoe Kravitz isn't canceled, bro. Someone I know is genuinely like, damn, she's so canceled. No, she isn't, bro. She's gonna come and she's gonna be Catwoman again, dude. She's fine. She's got a fucking long career ahead of herself. No one actually thinks she's a pedophile. If you actually think she's a pedophile, you are either a kid who is just having a good time, or you're an adult who needs to fix your brain. Oh, man. What do you say when you talk about Jared Fogle? Well, he's really a pedophile. She's a pedophile, but he's a legit pedophile. If you need to make that distinction, you're using pedophile wrong. Let's keep it for fucking people who commit crimes, you know? Anyway, but that had me thinking, because to me, I see Zoe Kravitz and I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Sometimes when people get canceled for things they used to say, you're like, well, I don't know who that person is. Like, I don't know them. And then it was making me think about, like, people I've dated, or people I've dated. There are definitely people I've dated who think about me, like people I dated in college. I was thinking about one thing in particular, where someone I dated in college, where I didn't like certain things about her and she didn't like certain things about me, and so we stopped seeing each other. But then now when I look back at it, I'm like, well, she said some things, but I don't know who she is now. I don't know if she agrees with those things or she thinks those things anymore. And certain things that she didn't like that I thought, I don't agree with that at all anymore either. Because I'm a different person. There are whole ideas, whole fucking thought patterns that I fucking had. There were whole opinions I had back then that I totally disagree with now. Because you fucking change. And I think people are guilty of looking back at other people and going, that's who you were when I knew you, and that's who you are forever now. People will tell you a story of a celebrity or somebody being an asshole to them, and then they'll see that the celebrity is a different person now, but they'll be like, yeah, but he did that thing to me, so he must be that forever. And I am guilty of that too. I'm guilty of meeting a person or talking to a person, and then them saying something weird or doing something weird, and then forever I'm like, well, fuck that person. But when years go by, when literal years go by, it's harder to say fuck that person because the person you knew might not even be who they are anymore. And I think if you lose sight of that, or you have a hard time knowing that, just think about yourself. Think about how the way you acted with certain people, certain conversations you had. I had arguments with people where if I was in that argument now, I would be arguing against me. And when you think about that, you're like, fuck, man, I hope that other people are out there understand that I changed and I grew, and that they aren't just holding me to the standard of the person they met for a moment. You know? I don't know. I think about that and then it makes me go, yeah, I shouldn't do that either. And so I say all that to say that this Will Smith thing was fun and weird. And that's about how I feel about it. And also I feel like my feelings on it don't matter at all. I feel it's very fascinating that we are all weighing in on a thing that at the end of the day started and stopped within the seconds that it happened. Based on the two people involved. You know? To me, that whole thing had high school fight energy. You know what I'm saying? Where, dude, when I was in high school, these two kids fucking fought and it was insane. This kid, Anthony Colasaco. Okay, but I won't say their full names. This kid, fucking Donald and Tony. That's what I'll say. This kid, Donald and Tony, fought. Right? Donald was like kind of a cool kid, kind of annoying. And Tony was like kind of on the outskirts, a funny, weird guy who I was kind of like, he was in my friend group a little bit. Or he was like the friend group adjacent from my friend group. And him and Donald got into an argument one day. Got into like a weird thing one day where he like threw something or something happened where they got into an altercation. And then Donald was like, yo, fight me. And then Tony was like, okay. And then Donald was like, what? And then Tony was like, okay, let's fight. And then Donald's like, all right, Van Tassel after school. And he goes, okay. So then it was on. So then fucking news spread fast. Everyone in class was like, God damn, dude. They're going to fight. They're going to fight Van fucking Tassel. And Van Tassel was the place that it was this fucking... It wasn't... I want to say it was an abandoned soccer field. It wasn't. It was a soccer field in between the high school and the park that nobody ever used. Nobody fucking used it. Maybe the soccer team used it, but who gives a fuck about soccer? You know what I'm saying? Our soccer team, no one gave a fuck about. It was the football team, dude. Tony DiMatteo, bro. Tony DiMatteo, the fucking racist, psychotic savage football coach we had. Anyway, that's a whole different guy. I've talked about him before. It doesn't matter. What matters is we're going to Van Tassel. When people want to fight, they go to Van Tassel, and what happens is the school day ends and about 100 fucking people walk from the high school to Van Tassel. So everybody knows the fight's going to happen. Teachers see a giant fucking group of people walking, but the teachers don't stop it because what are they going to do, dude? They're fucking... I'm old enough to maybe be a teacher. So at this point, I understand the lackadaisical nature of leaving work. You leave work, you're going home. I don't give a fuck if kids are beaten to a pulp. Also, they have kid strength. I'm sure they'll be fine. That's what you're thinking. You get in your car, and as soon as you're in your car, you're like, I don't care about anything but the McDonald's I'm going to fucking bring home and eat depressingly in front of the TV while I grade papers. Whatever, dude. No shame to it. I would do that. That's my life without the grading of papers, you know? Anyway, they're walking to Van Tassel. They go to Van Tassel. There's a giant fucking circle of people circled around Tony and Donald. And Tony is the underdog. No one thinks Tony's going to win. But me and my friends kind of know he's going to fucking win. So Donald is way taller than him, way more reach. Clearly the person who should win the fight. So he takes one swing, and Tony ducks underneath it, and then fucking uppercuts Donald. Mario punches him up He literally lifts off his feet and punches him in the face, and then Donald drops to the floor, and then Tony gets on top of him and just starts ground and pounding him, punching him in the fucking face. Damn, dude, I really am Joe Rogan. I just said ground and pound. I don't think I've ever said ground and pound on this podcast until I got this mic. Damn, dude, the MMA knowledge is flowing into my brain directly from this microphone. Anyway, this is the fucking Jake Letizia experience. No. He doesn't even say that on the podcast, so I don't even know what that fucking impression was. Didn't sound like Joe Rogan at all. Anyway, what's up, dude? I'm on the show next week. Check me out on JRE. No, he goes down. Tony. Not gonna say his name, even though I already did. Whatever. I didn't say the other guy's name. Tony beats the fuck, like just beats him, punches him a ton of times. Or like 10 times, and then he's bloody on the ground, Donald. So Tony just gets up and goes, "It's done," and walks away. And then Donald gets up like real fucking scatterbrained, doesn't know where he is, and then these girls come over and like ferry him away, and everyone starts going, "Oh, oh!" Everyone starts cheering and fucking they're psyched up, and they run over, and everyone's cheering and fucking being like, "He did it! Fuck! He fucked him up!" And there's video of it. And anyway, all's that to say, people's reaction to that. I'm sure if other people saw that. I'm sure some people at the fight. Honestly, high school the next day was a microcosm of what happened at the Oscars. Where there were people who were like, that shouldn't have happened. They should be in trouble. And then there were people who were like, that was tight. I don't give a fuck. And then there were people who were just like, wow, that's crazy. Tony beat Donald. And that's the normal person view. Is wow, that was wild. Everything else about this doesn't involve me at all, so my opinion I could give it, but it doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, that's just pretty wild. And that's the energy that fucking Oscars moment had. It felt like a high school fight where you were so excited to watch it, but at the end of the day, none of it, like, it doesn't matter at all to you or your life that it happened. And so, I think that, this being such a crazy thing that everyone's talking about is really just a window into how much we like to distract ourselves when the world is fucking bad. Because there's a lot of things going on right now that suck, dude. And so it makes sense to me that people would, this moment would be talked about. Also, I get it. No, fuck that. Fuck what I just said. I get it. I get why people were talking about it. It was crazy, dude. The Janet Jackson thing was crazy. Everyone was talking about it. But there's something about Twitter where people just think it's life. And it isn't. It's barroom talk. It's fucking gossip. It literally is gossip. It's you reading gossip. Which is fine. If you like that, it's fine. But I think I just know enough people who read it and get mad that I'm like, bro, what are you doing to yourself? And then I jump in every once in a while because people are like, what's happening on Twitter? Or they're saying things to me like Twitter is fucking, like it matters what's happening on there. So then I read it and immediately I'm like, this is dumb, dude. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting away from the point. And the point is, it was a crazy moment. It was very fun. The slap is funny. She shouldn't have slapped him, but it's funny that it happened, and the memes are hilarious. But really, I don't know. You should understand that people change. And some people change for the worse. It seems like Will Smith changed for the worse. Will Smith seemed like a cool fucking dude, and now he seems a little too wild for my taste. He likes the movie Wild Wild West a little too much, dude. Maybe that's what it was, dude. Maybe he's pissed that everyone hates Wild Wild West, and then he was like G.I. Jane 2, and he was like, damn, that's the same era of film. Fuck, everyone hates Wild Wild West. Why does everyone hate Wild Wild West? And they just got up and slapped Chris Rock. Maybe that's what happened. Anyway, I love Chris Rock. He's a consummate professional. I don't really have much more to say. Yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Just enjoy the crazy moment. Okay? When I think back about that high school fight, I just think about how cool and crazy it was. And in my soul, in my heart of hearts, I'm like, yeah, that fight shouldn't have happened. Of course, I wish people didn't fight. But when it happens, it's exciting. And I think that's a natural reaction to have. So anyway, yeah. Basically, what I'm really saying is they should have just met at Van Tassel. What I'm saying is Will Smith should just shout it out, bro, meet me at Van Tassel. And then Chris Rock would have been like, all right, let's do it. And then it would have been fair and square. Yeah. Anyway, I love Chris Rock. I love him. I love Chris Rock. Jada and Will should break up. It's not very healthy, dude. Okay? I know people in open relationships who are having a great time, dude. Open relationships, you know, they're a little bit greedy, but sometimes they work. It's a little bit like people being like, you know, sometimes it's a little, I don't know. Open relationships are like regular relationships. Sometimes people have great ones, and a lot of times people have terrible ones. Most people's relationships are dog shit, whether it's open or monogamous. And it usually isn't the case that the problem is the style of relationship. The problem is usually the two people involved in it and how they treat each other. And I don't think it's healthy to slap someone because your wife is upset. And also to all the motherfuckers out there who talk about toxic masculinity constantly and complain about it and say it's literally like the worst thing ever and it's destroying people and men should fucking cry. I see you fucking commenting and going, I wish I could find a man who would slap someone for me. You think I'm not taking note of all the motherfuckers who are like, it's hot when men cry. You think I'm not taking note that you're also tweeting right now or saying out loud right now, damn, dude, I wish I could find a man who would slap a dude in the face for me. You think I don't fucking see this, dude? Bro, you can't get much more toxically masculine than slapping a dude who makes slapping a dude who basically said a chicken crossing the road joke at your wife. That's the most toxic shit I've ever seen in my life. Literally a man... Oh my God. Chris Rock should have just been... Dude, whatever. Honestly... What if Chris Rock... Here's the thing, too. Is it... I understand why people want to talk about it. I'm having a hard time not talking about it. It's a fun thing to talk about. But my question is also, is it the ball... Like, Jada would have rolled her eyes at anything he fucking said. When she was fucking sitting in front of the elephant tusk that she probably slaughtered herself and saying that they should boycott the Oscars... And Chris Rock made the joke, you can't boycott something you weren't invited to. You think she liked that joke? Would Will have slapped him for that joke? You know? If he said, hey, Maleficent, who invited you here to Jada because she was wearing a fucking supervillain outfit. She looked Maleficent as shit. She was Angelina Jolie'd out, bro. She was the green sister of Maleficent. She was the sister in green adjacent to Maleficent. If he said something like that, would that have caused a slap? That's also an interesting thing that I'm really thinking about. Is it the specific joke about G.I. Jane? I don't know. All I know is the more I talk about it, the more I feel more emphatically about what I've already said, and that's that it doesn't matter. It's a high school fight at the end of the day. It's exciting. It probably shouldn't have happened, but it's fun to talk about. Anyway, that's it for the podcast this week. It's a fucking long one. What are you going to do? I had a lot of fun. I hope it sounds good with this new mic. I'm excited that I bought it. I won't kill myself for a little bit. I'll just talk to you guys every week for a while longer. Anyway, this was fun. My throat hurts. I've been talking too long. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense. Jake, you're a piece of shit. A piece of shit.